My dear and lovely Leos, this is your horoscope for August 2024, and August will be a bit of a bumpy month, a bit of a challenging month, and especially all the things are happening in your cardinal houses, meaning angles, those cardinal angles, very important ones in astrology. It's all about me, myself houses, and other people house. Those two houses will be affected the most in August, and it seems like you will be dealing a lot with people communication and your important relationships in your life, important people and committed relationships in your life. It is also about your business and love too. Now, August also will be bumpy because of Mercury retrograde. We have whole month. Now, when Mercury retrogrades, meaning moving backwards, slowing down, it always comes with some sort of mishaps, mix-ups, like of dates, because Mercury is the being planet of communication, being planet of signing important contracts, in general, any contracts, any papers, signing papers, and also being a planet of commerce and trade, like when people trade, when they communicate. This is very important planet for those things, and it's retrograding. So it's not sharp as we want it to be, because when we are signing important papers, when we are doing plastic surgeries or any kind of surgeries, even dental work, and also buying expensive things, especially technical things like technical appliances, like kitchen appliances or phone or computer, all those technological stuff, we need Mercury to be direct. We need it to be sharp. But here we have it slowing down, moving slow and backwards, meaning whole August is not advisable to do all those things. And I have whole separate video about Mercury retrograde, what to do and what not to do during Mercury retrograde. It's very helpful video, a lot of hints there, so make sure to check that video on my channel. I made that a couple months ago. You should make sure to check that video so that stay alert during whole August, what to do and not to do. Mercury in general retrogrades 3 times per year, so exactly those times we need to pause and chill. And at the end, August is your birthday month, my dear Leos. Try to chill and try to have fun and not to plan anything important during August and especially signing papers. Now, let's start with your horoscope. 2nd of August, we have Uranus, planet of surprises and electricity, making disagreement with Venus, planet of beauty and money, which will be transiting your 1st house, making you beautiful. Love me planet. It's an amazing place to host Venus for your birthday month. Venus will be exactly in your 1st house, and Uranus will be in your house of career and social status. Now, it seems like, here is some sort of where am I at now in my career? What is my social status sort of related here? And Uranus is occupying your 10th house of career and social status since 2018. Since then, it is transforming it, and I'm sure you've changed quite a lot of professions. And if not changed, then you might have changed your mind actually to do something new, totally radically different from what you've been doing before, because Uranus is exactly that planet. Uranus is the planet of surprise. You never know what is bringing. I love this planet because it makes everything beautiful and colorful and not cliche, let's say. Now, Uranus is a natural ruler of your 7th house of committed relationships, meaning your husbands and wives, let's say, or your partners that are long-term committed partners, and in business also, and in love. Now here, it seems like it might be you will be in disagreement, or sort of you will have some sort of disagreement or argument with your partner in the beginning of August over some sort of contract or some deal. Something might not go well in the beginning of August in your career sector. In the future, how you see, the place where you aspire to, who you respect to, because 10th house is exactly that. And also 10th house is our father house. It might be your father if it's not career. It might be you will be arguing with your father in the beginning of August. And if it's not your father, it might be your boss, because 10th house is also, about our boss. Seems like you might not be happy with your manager, and it might be issue around 2nd of August. the most felt exactly on this day. And also 10th house, as I said, it's about like career, where you're going. It might be sort of some tension there, and it's a social status. You might be evaluating yourself against, bigger society, who you are in the bigger society, what kind of place you are playing there, taking there, and a role you are playing in a bigger society. Now, 4th of August, we have new moon in your first house. Each year we have one new moon in our house, in our sign, my dear Leos, all of us, and this is the new moon to use, because new moon will happen in the first house in your sign, meaning giving you, all sorts of opportunities. You can use new moon in any whatever possible way you wish, and it might, manifest in any area of your life, not only your first house. Now it's happening at 12 degrees, meaning exactly those Leos who were born around 4th of August, plus or minus 5 days, will be affected the most by this new moon. And this new moon will be supported by happy planet, a lucky planet, Jupiter, and Mars, planet of action, planet of drive. Those two will be transiting your house of future, 11th house. And also 11th house is all about our friends, all about social circle, clubs and groups that we belong to, that we are member of. Now, allow any new moon and full moon 10 days to activate, to bring the message to you, meaning 5 days before and 5 days after. So in the span of first 10 days of August, this new moon will bring the news to you, not necessarily exactly 4th of August. So to remember. Now, because it's happening in your first house, and the planets that are supporting this new moon is, situated in your house of future, something dear to your heart might come true, because Jupiter is currently transiting your happy house of wishes. That's something that we hold in our heart so close, some wish that we want to, make it materialize. And this new moon has the power for you to deliver your wish into reality, my dear Leos. Lucky you, by the way. And also, Jupiter will stay there for the whole year. And again, lucky you, because your wishes now has the power to expand and to come into reality much faster, much quicker, with Jupiter being there. And also Mars, because Mars is impatient planet, it's a let's get done things planet, let's do things planet. And exactly both of them in your that house of wishes. Also 11th house, you might make a very, let's say, new friendship that person might become very special in your life and will stay for a long term, and you will remember about that person forever even if it's not stay long term, let's say. And it seems like that person might be a foreigner, because Mars naturally rules your ninth house of foreign lands and higher mind. But Jupiter rules your house of true love and falling in love house, romance house. It might be that relationship might begin with some sort of a flirting mood, but it might quickly somehow realize as a more of a friendship, acquaintance kind of a relationship. Now, this was especially for all Leos, even the married ones, but especially to those of you who are single. And first house is also all about me, as I said. It might be by this new moon, you might be changing your surname or your name, because first house is exactly the house how people call us, how people, they call us, what is our name and our surname. It might be some of you changing your surname or name because, let's say, you got married, or because you got divorced or any other reason. And also first house is about our appearance, and it's also including our hairstyle, clothes style, clothing, also body weight is also here. It seems like you might be deciding on something to change about your appearance, and literally you might be changing. And also first house is about our plans and priorities. Some of your wishes are becoming your priorities, my dear Leos. Some of your wishes you are prioritizing the most right now by this new moon. And for some of you, it might be related to internet and social media popularity. And if that was your wish, this new moon has the power to deliver it to you, my dear Leos. Lucky you and happy you, my dear Leos, because Jupiter, the happy planet, luck planet of luck and planet of expansion is exactly there in your internet house, social media house, popularity house, and Mars, driving force, is exactly transiting together with Jupiter. This is perfect place to be them together there at this new moon and supporting that new moon, meaning you have the power to, be popular, get popular, and it might be the time you will start social media campaign or advertising campaign, or let's say it might be the time when you will open a new social media account to start your business there. Some things might be happening exactly there. And also 11th house is all about, like, let's say big corporations, like those that has a lot of branches, a lot of offices around the world, like big companies, big corporations, like multi companies, and those places also will be lucky for you. Seems like you might shine there. It might be also you will switch to those kind of job, or it might be you will be contacted by those corporations. And if that was your wish to work at big NGOs, or let's say, or big organizations, then this will be the time that the universe will listen to you, my dear Leos. Now, after that new moon, we have Venus on 5th of August, planet of love and beauty, moving into your house of money, house of earning income. And it's perfect because Venus is not only a beauty planet, it's a planet of money too. Seems like money is coming to you around beginning of August. It might be as little as a present, because Venus in the second house might indicate not only money, it might be someone gifting you something very expensive, something very worth your attention. It might be something little, very, let's say, not expensive, inexpensive, but then at the same time, it will have a lot of meaning to your heart, to you specifically, and something very valuable. It might be the time you will receive like a flowers, bucket of flowers might be, or anything sort of that will pumper up your mood, my dear Leos. Of course, it's your birthday month. You might receive quite a lot of gifts right now, my dear Leos. And happy birthday, especially, my dear Leos. Those of you August Leos, make sure to celebrate your birthday as big as possible, especially with this new moon in your sign in the beginning of August. It's perfect one to make a wish, because that wish has the power to come true. Now, same day, 5th of August, we have Mercury, planet of communication and signing contracts, going retrograde, meaning moving backwards. And as I said, Mercury is the being planet of communication, signing contract, and also planet of all sorts of technical appliances, like phones, telephones, computers, and all like kitchen appliances, anything very expensive. It's better not to buy those things, because if you buy those things during Mercury retrograde, it might be that you will get disappointed, or something might be wrong with those devices, or you might just regret buying them. Something might be off about those things. So, in astrology, it's better to postpone those things. And Mercury will be retrograding for whole month of August. So at the end of the day, August is the last month of summer. So better to chill and relax and not to pay attention to anything like signing important papers and deals and contracts, or making planning surgeries, especially plastic surgeries and dental works, or as I said, buying those technical appliances and signing contracts. I have a whole separate video on my channel. Make sure to check that video about Mercury retrograde. I'm not sure if I mentioned it already now, because in that video I give a lot of tips what to do and what not to do during Mercury retrograde, and it's very helpful. Make sure to check that out. Now, Mercury will be retrograding until 28th of August, pretty much end of August whole day, and always allow it 10 days before and 10 days after to regain its power. So 10 days before of actual Mercury retrograde, we will start feeling already it's slowing down, meaning it gives all sorts of communication mix-ups, delays of the meetings, or postponing things, projects, or canceling the projects. All those things like miscommunication happen during Mercury retrograde, exactly because of Mercury going retrograde. And after it's done with retrograding on 28th of August, allow it 10 days plus so that it regains its power going direct. because for all the important commerce and trade, because Mercury is also about commerce and trade, and signing contracts, we need Mercury sharp and direct. Now, Mercury will be moving backwards in your house of income, second house, meaning you might be contacted by your ex-colleagues or let's say, previous workplace, or previous, let's say, clients that you've been working to, or whatever is your, let's say, area. It might be the time when you will be sort of contacted, or even doing some things and favors again in your previous area or your previous services, let's say, if that's your case. After 15th of August, Mercury will be still backwarding, and it will cross into your sign because it's moving backwards. So from your second house, it goes to your first house. And here it seems like you might be rethinking, giving quite a lot of thoughts about self, because first house is all about me and myself and my priorities, my wishes. You might be resorting back to your old plans or priorities, something planning again. Or if you've been doing so, you might be going back to those thoughts and schedule, let's say. Also, during Mercury retrograde in your first house, it's not advisable to do, let's say, all sorts of plastic surgeries, or if you plan so, or any dental work as well, because first house is all about appearance. And when we do those things during Mercury retrograde, we might regret, or we might redo things back, all the things redoing, let's say, if you've done before plastic surgery, if you didn't like it and you want to make it again, then this is a good time to do that, but not the new one, or new haircut, some sort of new style. This is not a good time to do that. Now, and this will happen after 15th of August. So for the whole second part of August, it's better not to do all those things related to appearance, changing your appearance. If you like going back to previous hairstyle and appearance is okay, because Mercury is going backwards, but not something new, my dear Leos. Now, 19th of August, we have challenging full moon, and full moons are all about culmination to the situation that is already there in your life. They bring some sort of conclusion, or they also might work as a big sort of big bulb of light, putting your attention into some situation or a person that you've been ignoring or just not noticing. And full moon will happen in your house of committed partnerships. House of your wife or husband, or sort of long-term partner in love or in business. And this full moon will happen at 27 degrees, meaning especially those of you who are born by the end of Leo season, meaning that's around 20th of August plus or minus 5 days, will be affected the most. This full moon will be speaking directly to you, my dear Leos. Now, that full moon will be met by harsh angle from Uranus, planet of surprises and electricity. And Uranus is in your house of career and social status. That's a very important house. It's an angle house. And Uranus is there, but Uranus naturally rules your house of committed partnerships that this full moon is happening in. And full moon's ruler exactly is Uranus right now. And it's making that full moon, let's say, meeting that full moon with the very harsh angle. Now, it will be, in general, second half of August will be quite challenging, because a lot of planets will be in argument with each other. And one of them is this full moon. Now, happening in your house of committed partnerships, something is, might be coming to culmination around your relationships. It might be the time that you will, let's say, put an end to your long-term relationship for whatever reason is there related to your natal chart or to your situation in general. Seems like you might decide to divorce around this full moon, or it might be actually also surprise proposal, very unexpected one, and you might not be actually welcoming that proposal from your long-term partner. It might be also happening around this full moon, like a marriage, like arranged marriage or forced marriage. Nowadays, of course, I hope that it's not happening, but sometimes experience proves the otherwise. Now, and most likely, especially those of you, as I told you, like at 27 degrees, born by the end of Leo season, you will be, under the scrutiny of this full moon. And it seems like if your relationship been already something like going on wrong there, this full moon comes in and puts an end to that. And you might be deciding to break up, or you might be deciding to divorce, because Uranus is occupying your 10th house, and 10th house is exactly social status. And it seems like the status of your spouse or husband or wife, kind of, you are becoming, let's say, a divorced person or a single, let's say, because your social status is changing. And this thing might happen very unexpected way, very surprising way. It might catch you by shock, actually, this full moon's news. It might be that your spouse will be announcing it to you. And if it's not about, and if you say that everything's perfect in my relationship, in my like love long-term partnership, then it might be about your spouse or wife's own situation, like for example at work, or their status, like social status. If they've been occupying very high status, which is indicated, like let's say they are a director or CEO somewhere, or they are governing some sort of company or a country, or some sort of high position they are occupying in the society, then it seems like this full moon comes in and puts an end very abruptly to that status of your sweetheart, of your spouse, or long-term partner in love or in business. If you say it's not about love relationship, then it might be about your business relationship. If you are in a business partnership, like let's say if you're a business owner, and specifically those of you who work for someone, for big corporations, it might be that your boss situation, they might announce you in a shocking way that your relationship is ending, like your business relationship is ending, or something is there going on and changing to something new. And also, seventh house rules all the people who are our opponents, our enemies as well, those that we know face to face, and opponents, let's say in a court or anywhere else, and in real life. It might be some sort of situation there also, and pretty shocking one. This full moon has this quality of unexpected surprise, and that surprise might not be the one that you like, my dear Leos, but in any case, stay positive. That's the recipe to go through this full moon. Now, on another side of the sky, totally not related to full moon, other planets will be arguing the same day on 19th of August. Those planets are Saturn, planet of responsibilities and hard work, that will be occupying your financial house of other people, and Venus, planet of love and beauty, that will be occupying your second house, another financial house of earning income. And other two planets is Jupiter and Mars. Now, Jupiter is the planet of luck, and Mars is the planet of action, planet of drive. Those two will be occupying your house of future, your 11th house of friendships. Now, you see, at that period of August, like by the second half of August, it seems like your money will be also involved there. Money situation is involved. Something might not be going well with what you expect. It might be that you want to invest into something, but at the same time, that investment will not be welcomed, or it might not have a good return, in the long run. So think twice here, especially around your money, my dear Leos. And Saturn is a natural ruler of your house of work, and Venus is a natural ruler of your house of career and your house of signing contracts. Seems like that money situation might involve also your work situation, your career situation. It might be that, at your new position or your current position, money won't be enough, or money will be the issue. Or if you are trying to forge a new revision of your salary, then that contract will not go as planned, as you wished for. It might not be as you think it will go, and there will be an argument from another point, there will be a friend who might need your financial support, or there might be some sort of social circle or social media kind of presence and pressure around this situation. And or it might be like, let's say if you let's say we've been planning to be a part of some sort of social group, that group won't be welcoming you, and because also for another reason you might need to invest to be a part of a group, so think twice at the end of August. And plus, because it's the last 15 days of summer, better to spend it by the sea. you know having a drink of your like and just chilling than dealing with all this money situation and this full moon that is a bit of a challenge and bumpy one. So stay on the positive side. Try to be on the very high vibrations so that you will not even notice what's going on at the end of August. You will deal with it much later in September, which will be far better month. So stay positive, my dear Leos. And August. Now, 22nd of August, we have Sun moving into your second house of money. By the end of August, anyhow, universe will, seems like will divert your attention into your income sources and into your self-worth, self-esteem, and self-value, and in general, your priorities. And 28th of August, we have Mercury going direct. Finally, after 3 weeks going retrograde, it will start going in a direct motion, but allow it 10 days, as I said before, to regain its power and clarity. So it will bring you all the sorts of positive effects of the planet of itself. Now, this was your horoscope for August, and stay tuned for September. Love you all. Bye bye.